Wee woo. I'm gonna pull away. I don't know why I keep teleporting to base OBB. It's like not where I need to be. Let's see what's happening in the MSQ. That's whether they've like spaced it out now. Do the thing where I take my helmet off for the cutscenes at least. What's over here? Taco time. Those look like tacos. I can sit face when work Lamar appears. Lighting clipping going on with the hair. Basic. That's the way to go. You know, I could do this in my like default glam, but also the fucking dyes that I have on this chest piece are way too expensive to fucking justify ruining it. Because since it's Biss, I don't chuck it in the coffer. I really could do that and fix it. I'd set up a glamour plate for it, but... Is it? this one here. I really could just chuck it in with the things I need just to get it sorted, but I'm also quite lazy, so... I say that as I'm looking at this and really thinking about doing... it. Yeah, fuck it. I'll sort it later. To, I don't think that has my default glasses on. Oh yeah, I forgot the seat got like cut in half, right? I don't know why my hide log window is busted. Also, fucking no widescreen fix. So a bit of boxing, lol. Also, that line with the like you're stuck here for a while. That's a pretty funny call out to we're plug on dead. Good riddance, plug on. Also, thanks for the sub, Fury. Sorry, I don't have alerts set up. I'm lazy and I haven't got around to fixing my my alert plugins. I haven't really been streaming a lot, so haven't really felt the need to. Yippee! They kind of dropped the patch title. Wait, no. Not they dropped the patch title. Did they drop the patch number from that like, little pop-up? Because I swear like Living Memory had it, or Buried Memory had it. While I'm here. This is annoying. That one. Oh, this one. Here we go. What's this? Just gonna not have anything to say. Ah, same ones. I'm trying some audio setting changes, so let me know if things are a little loud or a little quiet. Also, look at all these striking and scouting wearing attire people.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands. Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows. How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived because Queen Sphene brought us together.
Queen.
Inspired and encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we must. We will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow. Would that I could find solace in my own words.
What is with this dude's haircut? That is quite the stylistic choice of a haircut. And then it's Unity Engine.
Was Queen Sphene taken to the cloud?
She must have been. To still remember her is strange, isn't it, darling?
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid.
But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
Yes, you will be sad forever and ever and ever.
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene.
Just make my
How
microphone.
are we to go on without her?
Pop card. Ooh.
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Perhaps we should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui. To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right? I don't want to think about that. I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit.
Damn, schooled by a child.
As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead? I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad. I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Guloja.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
People can't do EX3, people can't do GMs, I'm not having a good time. Let's take a break. Come back later. But I feel that on the, can't run shit sometimes. I had a really good EX party last night that went quite well. Even though they did have some memes. One thing I can't understand with Coronation is, like, why they do, like, why groups do counterclockwise. Like, what is the obsession with doing everything slightly, like, different than what seems to be, like, the normal, right? Well, not in the sense of, like, the normal in PF, but, you know, the most intuitive thing, right, for me, thinking is always rotate clockwise. Like, an entire party mechanic. Counterclockwise only really ever exists within the space of two groups doing two different things that need to rotate around the boss, but also not in the same way. So I just kind of sit there and get a little like, I know what it is with my frame rate, but it's tanking lately. I think I need to update my drivers. I mean, that makes sense within the realm of, like, the supports rotating, like, on a separate, like, basis, right? Which is, like, to match up, but that's in the realm of, like, supports specifically. It's not, like, a party-wide rotation. It's counterclockwise. We're just talking about EX3. Yeah, Coronation going from, like, clockwise to counterclockwise. I mean, it's like, it is not a big deal to be able to do it, but I feel like I have seen more mistakes in a counterclockwise party than I have in a clockwise party. No, really, the thing is, like, it is color-coded on both. Like, one set of markers has them color-coded clockwise, and one has them color-coded counterclockwise. So, I don't know. NAPF's weird. I also think it's a bit weird that, like, NAPF, that, like, I've seen box strat be done effectively, but I don't know how normal PF does box, because we did, like, box last night in a PF, and it was, you sat behind the back two, you sat behind the back right one, moved after the second hit, and then stayed. But I don't understand why that isn't just the same for L. How tight is the box? It's pretty tight. Like, it's not, like, you know, ridiculous. Like, the AoEs are quite large enough to tell where you need to sit, but, you know, I don't know what, like, the Hector guide box is, whether or not it's, like, super tight, or whether or not it's loose and move around. Is it a Narnia? I see. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a tight box, it's good. I don't understand why, like, a concept like that becomes prevalent over something like L. And my group did box, like, you know, is a blind-only group that can do it, and it's not an issue. Like, you know, sure, there's extra movement, right? But, like, in an unoptimized environment, but from, like, a PF, like, standard perspective, you would go, like, you'd think, like, L would be the standard, because it's, like, two movements. Like, unless, you'd think line would be, so. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone suggest line in APF. You would think that would be the strat, but I imagine it's like a little tight on the platforming. Anything where you can just sit behind the one rock. You know, sit behind one rock, do mechanic. You feel would be the way that people would sit on it. This patch is already good because we have a lot more shale. Big shale fan. Kinda really wish they would put like an exit mark on the minimap. This one. I can just save a TP ticket. You can see I've busted out the maps mount as of recent. Yeah, I'm curious why I'm like tanking frames a little. Yay, dungeon time. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just in... What did we say? I'll double check the Uniqlo shirt I bought while I was over. Yeah, checking the one I have, it's an XL. They fit quite comfy. I don't know why Ford is like a default. There you go. I just pinged the thing we had. Alright, we're doing this on... Oh, that's right enough. Let's do that. Let's see if anyone's on. Yeah. Ooh, war. Yeah. Listen, it's the freebie dungeon content. When we're making sure I get some practice in on the other tanks, just in case I need to swap. I assume it's just me going in. Oh, that's Oz. Did you want 1 or 2 shirts for the Uniqlo? For this. Times 2XL for on. 2. Boom. Ooh. I haven't heard the dungeon music yet. Okay. Honk honk. Honk honk. So that was the trailer music that they used. I guess that makes sense because that was like 4.2 did that, not 4.2, 6.2. Lindblom Zagao. Installing a raid wide. Yippee! Cool. Okay. I'm assuming that's gonna be like either an AoE from the thing. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Ooh, 3. That's neat. It's gonna jump to this one here. It's gonna be big and far. Yep. That's cool. They really love doing the continuous AoE spam as of late. Can't not stick. Really good equilibrium that I used on myself. Okay. what happens if you fail one of those? We'll never know. That's a red one. Okay. I've seen good images of this dungeon gear, so I will be attempting to grab what I can, even though I'm running out of glamour fucking space. Also, actually, who knows how to do the thing that you're supposed to do with the new, like, level 1 glams, where you turn them all into one? The fucking Cloverfield fucking hospital scene going on here. Is this literally a single pole? Please, oh thank God. I was about to get like, I was about to immediately give this dungeon like a fucking 0 out of 10 on the rating scale. Swear to God. Unless like the mod pack is like actually like dangerous. The moment a dungeon is like, yeah, nah. It's only it's only a single bull pack of, you know, fucking dudes that hit for jack shit. Okay. Shots there, coffin. A lot of casting. Viper attire, that Viper's gonna get it. And I was saying that there's some really fucked up dudes over here. Like that. Okay. I feel this is the boss that I have heard things about. Either that or it might be the last one. I've heard that there's a boss with a hole in the middle. And that people suck at it. But I did also see an Umadori post of people talking about they are really leaning into the fucking like Mount Rock-on style of like AoEs constantly going out. I love it. This is the good shit. Yes, preemptively. I think from the screenshots, this is where there's like AoE that go out, like individual circle target AoEs, as in the trailer. Okay, only 3 people get it. Kinda sad that it's not all 4 and it's a real tight fit. Kinda solves itself. Okay, this direction. Okay, we're just gonna get out. Ooh. I see. That's pretty funny. I wonder how, like, how much you need to live that middle one, though. I feel like you can just shield the shit out of that. Hello? You're just telling me that this was across the lake. Okay. Sprightly stone. Where's the fucking sprig? This is just the Spriggan. Where's the Spriggan? Where's Riggy the Spriggy, but from Alexandria? Okay, sir, I'm gonna need you to park that. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in, homie. Bring it in. Weird. No, holy fucking. It's gonna be like, look at me, I'm good. I hit the. I don't know why I'm like fucking mashing without hitting the thing. I'm bad. Amateur hour gameplay. Don't rush a hit. Nah. Let me in. Okay, we love it. Rings. Relatively short dungeon. What? Huh? Hamster. Big hamster. Nuni Piatti. Mr. Chupacabra. We got shit old gear. Alright. So we're in the pit. Alright. Windows stress buffer. Okay. Alright, fucking carbuncle model. We get it. Woo! That's tight. Okay, I like this. I like it. I like it when the AoEs are tight and you gotta squeeze in. You want melee uptime? This is good. Okay. Very pog. this is the hole they must be talking about. Okay, that's good of it. I've got like 2 GCs. 1. Okay, that's a hole. Okay, so it's at the wall. Oh, that's kind of cringe. There's room. Can I live this? Let's find out. Okay, winnable. Stack? What stack? It's a red one. Another red ride. Thankfully red covers. Spaced. Alright, Alright, I'm gonna have to do this. That might get the Picto killed later if there's a targeted thing on them. We'll see. Alright, do this. This again. Raging Core is not too bad. Alright, you're on your own, Chief. You're taking that by yourself. I ain't got shit for you there, buddy. You are a cooldown to be used, Pictomancer. This is a race to the bottom, bitch. Let's go. Alright, I have to back off here. Live! Okay, winner boat, winner boat, winner boat. Yeah! I'm going with the sauce. Yeah. Good dungeon. Good final boss. Gib, nah. Rude. Didn't even give me the fucking. Didn't even give me the orchestrion. I'm giving that to the Victor. They were a good cooldown while they lasted. I only got 1 commend for that. What the fuck? That's toxic, dude.
For all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Valley Armanda.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tural Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Turol Vidrol.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So, you've given him permission?
Teishalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project, or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliolal.
Oh, baby.
That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours. That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
Are you all right?
Ye.
Teishalja. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubiko women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Teishalja there.
That's where we're going next, then.
Okay, Soul Center. Speaking of, I need to read the thing. Where was it? Not there. Hopefully it didn't get swallowed up. Yeah. Oh, Atticus is the S rank, right? Kind of fucked up that they just let the one dude become like the guy that figured it out, right? Damn. It's kind of fucked up, dude. Mmm. Up the counter. The thing is, there are still people in like test tubes here as well. That's what's kind of fucked up. Like, how are you gonna get them out? keep forgetting that this one does not like default to the mount button. I need to do my Pelu Pelu dailies while I think about it. Ooh, new Air Envoy outfit. Pretty nice. We always go with the funny line. I can. There's a little charm on his backpack. This is the Netrunner. This mum was. Oh, that's cute. Sorry, I realized that like string of thought just got interrupted by like I understood that reference. But what I was saying is like I can understand why people wouldn't enjoy this kind of stuff, but I do appreciate that they take the time to like. Be like, yeah, this real life situation of like animal displacement and animal habitats and stuff. I don't know. It lends credence to the world a lot more than like fucking just like world-ending threat constantly. Bah! One would have thought that they would have done this slightly before doing the diving into like the research thing. Like, they, you know, if they wanted to like pace it so that the dungeon wasn't like backloaded in the story, because that's I think a thing they've been concerned of since like 5.2 with how that dungeon was placed. Is that if they had done that, the earth was rumbling, and then it turns out it's like even through the dome maybe. Because it's still technically within the space. It's like the whole Earth entirely, and it's the Terrell Vidral. And you would have ended with the dungeon and would have got all of the stuff, but we'll see how it goes from here. White fucking flashbang to him being Burr. Tiny child's brother. Push it, pedal. Oh. Oh, it's poop. I feel like there's a callback to a quest I'm missing on that one if we understand poop is like the solution. I forgot how terrifying these things' eyes looked. That's a bit more of a way to put it that's a bit nicer. Be picking. Alright, I gotta refill my water really quickly. This is a cutscene. No. One moment. Am I the only one that can hear like a flute? Oh. I was wondering what that was. Like I could hear like a flute noise. Hang on, I gotta finish filling my water though. I was like wondering if I had music on in the background. A return. Alright, so loaded done.
Help! Help! Odunahetsu is coming this way! It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety!
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Don't worry, we're right behind you.
There they are!
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be all right. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
In a panic was clearly an understatement. More are coming!
You're mine!
All or nothing, then. It seems that did the trick.
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
Wow! That's a big lad.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Ronek Reaver, and no mistake.
There! That one there! Not so fast! even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
Kona! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
Hits its time.
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer! You'll find the vow of reason is not without resolve.
Damn it! Not even a scratch!
Buy me some time to think, will you? It must have a weakness.
It's
And
taking
I will
no
find
damage.
it.
Holy god. Oh, he used analyze. That's cute.
Keep it busy. I need time.
Right! Go for the legs! Now we just have to keep it pinned. Get thinking, Kona!
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow? I've got it! One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and... you're done for!
That's pretty rad.
That stemmed the flow of protective ether.
There's nothing stopping us now! Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me!
Actually.
We must disperse that ether ere the river recovers it!
This is going to hurt.
Yippee!
The Etso, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, bow of reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetso.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most. It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again!
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one, and it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni Hetta, a camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeni Hetta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe. Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronak. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Rodak thunder. I ran and ran. As the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast. Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronak and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
Wowee! It's his parents!
And
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek. But now I see, they didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family, even after they were gone. And now that I am Dawn's servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
Yippee! Happy days! The die.
We're ready to go.
She looks as good as new.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel. And we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us.
Something about his eyes that look a little bit
However
off.
grateful you are,
Like his
know that
pupils are
we're
like
even more
raised up a
thankful.
bit much.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through our paces.
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
A roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
Yippee! Patch name, yippee! Oh, whoops. Resolution was not the one I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to, Neon Stain.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Taishul Jah herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
I understood this reference.
My name is Taishul Jah, and I decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose.
Mother?
Officially I was a chirurgeon with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Tuliolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army. To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran, and in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions. I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching,
I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew.
Uh-oh.
The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire.
A child. Does it have you know, that's a pretty good question for this specific patch.
Today. It should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Not the sepia tone baby.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get that thing away from me!
Core memory unlocked.
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kaniloka's shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well. But I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
I'm fine, Lamachi. Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Uggs.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function. I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the Ushers is only natural.
Well, you may think so, but how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Yeah.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
What? Huh? Huh? What? Huh?
What?
Huh?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do!
I see that you are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
What?
I don't understand.
Bro, we fucking murked her, dude. What? Huh? Unless he's... Okay, he's done something here.
You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty? What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
I wish that I could. Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution.
Oh no.
All of us shall be made endless.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please. Our stores of ether are, at present, not...
Sorry, I'm reading faster than they can voice act because I'm interested.
But some of you received neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not? And there are still more we have yet to distribute. 5,000 in all. One day soon, those with neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5.
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
This has got to be what she was talking about when she said if it all goes to shit, may I tell you something, and they never got the chance to say.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
Wicked. The new Erenville fit is not it. I like the little mini cuff Kiwa. I mean, the rest of the fit is a fit. I guess I can understand the fit design the more I think about it. It's kind of like a 1960s, 70s hippie kind of vibe. And since he's like a free spirit that wanders, like I could see that's what they're going for. His other fit was just his work outfit. he just had his work attire on. You fucking, with your like employed friend, when you meet your employed friend outside of working hours, your colleague outside of work hours, their outfit always looks weird as fuck. Do I have the most of anymore? Big Gleaner has good outfits, yeah. Uh-oh. What's happening in living memory? And is your Stola fucking dead? No?
Oh, where am I?
Who? Okay, that's gotta be Sphene.
My people? Are they safe?
Okay, so this is the real Sphene.
Why am I...
In fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn their fates to learn. Well, okay. I think I already have an understanding of what it is, right? So, there's that bit in the dialogue in 7.0 where she's like, if it all, like, she's basically saying, if it all goes to shit, might I? And then she gets cut off because the guards walk past her. So, I'm 90% certain that the Sphene that we saw talking to the people, the fake one, is a system remains of preservation. It's a backup that's kind of running the show now. Because I don't think we ever really fully got rid of preservation as a whole, right? We don't know who's leading that or, you know, who is driving that side of it. And so the question is, how is the actual physical Sphene returned to us? Why she's doing the evil smile thing? I imagine it's because it's like, it'll be like a backup, but it'll be someone's behind the drive of that, right? So there'll be some sort of like force. So yeah, like probably like some. There are unanswered questions about like certain Ascians. So I mean, like, who's left on the Ascian list? Let's pull up the list. Okay. Pastorot we don't know about. Ultima technically is, like, shown as dead. Emerald's dead. Nabrialis we killed. Iggy we killed. Logrif is Gaia. Metron we killed. Well, he's Eden, right? So Fandaniel's dead. Helmerit, fungal and plant life, and Doodleathon. So Helmerit's the only one unaccounted for. Can't be that one. Yeah, but 10K, he's the specialist in fungal and plant life. You know what those people are called? Hang on, is it the preservationist? Okay, supporters or advocate of the preservation of something, especially historic buildings and artifacts. Pastorot's discipline and order. Ultima is advocate of the arts. What do we got? Helmerit was fungal and plant life, and Doodleathon is not mentioned. Emmerich of the Wrath. Hang on. We're diving. This is coming back to a thread that I had in mind back when we got here. That if you Alexandria logo FFXIV. FF9, right? Okay, I'm gonna post this in the MSQ stuff. In the MSQ channel in the Discord. And can I put what a twist? My money is on preservation being run by a running preservation being responsible for Sphene 2.0, no, Sphene Evil Edition, update 2.0 Evil Edition, and it secretly being Ultima or Helmerit. Driving it. My only other thought is that the loose connection I can think of is like if you look at the sigil, I feel like the Alexandria logo. It can't be that. It's Lavre. That's what the Pandemonium quest was added for, right? The only other thing I can think to do is like look at the sigils, and I think Ultima's okay, because Ultima and Ultima. Because that's the other thing, right? Is the other presence that we haven't really thought of, angelic wings, right? Like is like Ultima the High Seraph, right? same kind of get up. Like, I'm drawing connections to the fact that Alexandria's logo is like the holy wings and a shield. So, because what was Ultima's biggest deal? So if I go to resolution, right, you can see a close-up of the thing. Was it resolution? Is it back here? One of these has the sigil there. There's the sigil there, right? This is a bit crackpot theory, but the angel wings being both a nod to being a nod to 11, but also like the aspects of Ultima's sigil. I do that, and then because there's like, because the thing is, they'd get you to rip it off, like. I mean, it could be something else entirely. I guess it's like we need to just understand, like, what's the get up with... What was, like, Ultima's whole thing, right? Like, what was Ultima's motivation? Person has predicted tweet stam, can't read the thread. I know. The only other thing is that Helmerit's unaccounted for, and Pastorit's unaccounted for. Helmerit's. I know, the reason why I say Helmerit as well is purely because of, like, the connection for... As in, like, the whole preservation made the current situation easier to happen, yeah. Yeah. I think, well, I don't know, I'm just thinking like what the... Because the next X-Pack we get is going to be the Trial series, right? Unless they're not doing another Trial series. They haven't even said what they plan to do, right, for that? I assume that there's not going to be like an individual Trial series anymore. Because the thought is... You mean like, yeah, weapons, primals... I mean, okay, so... A Realm Reborn was the primals as part of the MSQ. King Mugmog, Ramu, Shiva, right? But then Heavenswood was the Warring Triad. Then Stormblood was the Four Lords. Then Shadowbringers was the Weapon series. And then Endwalker didn't have one. Endwalker was the Four Fiends, which was just part of MSQ. And I get the feeling, since this is a setup one, it's very similar to Realm Reborn, I get the feeling that they're going to want to incorporate the Trial series into the MSQ. Because I get the feeling that they might have also realized that they're burning through a lot of content as side content in terms of references to pull for 14. As like, you know, there's a possibility, right? You gotta think about like the longevity of the game. They gotta do another 20 years. So I wonder if they put, not another 20 years, another 10 years at least. So they gotta pull back on how much content from the other games that they're burning through. Because they've already knocked some big ones out. Weapons, Four Fiends, right? Like, already done some of the other primals. Bro, where is Genova? Genova will be tied into the Ultima. Like, I've not given up. I wouldn't be surprised if they lean more on Ultima for that. Or, sorry, Ultima, the High Seraph. Because, like, they, you know, Pandemonium basically confirmed aliens off that, right? So... And then there is also, yeah, the running, like, Great Serpent, like, at the core of the world theory, which is just... As much as Fallica hates the fact that I brought it up, you know, fucking ground-eating serpent, or serpent eating the ground, fucking... I can't wait until FF14 requires you to have a web camera on, so that when you fight the final big serpent at the bottom, yeah, it turns on and it's your face in the background. Y'shtola gives me the lore. Yeah, actually, that's a good question, right? If I go to... Are they, like... I don't think we're going to be able to find them, right? Go to Memno. Yeah. Yeah, this will be, like, a big interrupt, and then it's going to be, like... So, point 2 is going to be, like, the big turning point. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I feel like Yoshi P's like kind of lying about the whole point 3 is going to be... Point 3 is going to certainly resolve the Tural aspect, but point 4 is point 3 is going to be the... Point 3 is going to be the close and start, right? Like, it is going to kind of do that. But then 4 and 5 are going to be the escalations of the ramifications of the end of 3. Hang on. Hang on, I got a good idea. Good bit coming. Good bit coming. Look at me, I'm Sphene. Spoilers, it was me all along. It was Squeak. It was Squeak the Coyote did it. Look at him go. Just called Queen's Feet, yeah. And just leave it AFK, yeah. Has Fiend moved? It's just have a website tracking the location of the character. Where is queensfiend.com? That'd be a good way to do it. I don't know, I guess the question is, what is, like... The other thing that we haven't really asked is, like, what is this tower? Right, because it's got a face on it, and aside from being like, oh wow, it kind of looks like a Bayonetta-esque thing, like, who's that supposed to be? I mean, I guess my assumption would be... Because, wait, actually, can you see them around here still? Yeah, where's the fucking... Is that only at nighttime that it shows? Where's, like, the yellow field clouds that are, like, usually here in the middle of this gate? Is there more of them around? Okay. Because I'm gonna say, that's some motherfucking Dynamis looking bullshit, right? The other thing is that, right, preservation, they preserved her memory, right? But you also gotta think, from preservation's angle, that's kind of fucked up if they only preserve the memory of Sphene. And if instead they also preserve the body somewhere. Ah, here it is, yeah. My ingots sold. Okay, am I crazy, but does that kind of look like the infinity, like, symbol thing she has? Like, I guess it's whatever, it's like pattern seeking brain finding things. That might be me being a bit too crazy, but... For a second there, it looked like the two hoops that she has on her thing, but that's probably just pattern-seeking brain. I mean, yeah, I guess my thoughts is that I imagine her body was also preserved, right, and put into stasis. Because it seems like they had that technology in terms of what you can see the other... You can see, like, in the dungeon, what is it called? The field station, right? You can see that dudes are put in tubes and are still there and still fun, like, they're not dead by the looks of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if this building up here in the core is like a terminal that's housing Sphene's real body. And upon system failure or system shutdown, like, I could probably perceive preservation having it in such a way that they kept her body on ice, they duplicated her mind, because they spent a whole lot of time talking about, like, you know, the fucking aether sickness poisoning. So they're gonna bring that back up. Like, they're gonna leave that as, like, it'll be, okay, here's my running theory, is, yeah, Alexandria happens, right, the dungeon, like, the historical events there, They preserve the, like, preservation in full preserves Queen's Fiend's body. They put it on ice in a tube. I mean, I guess that's more like Alexandria, like Yassilani field station, or the field station, sorry, is like kind of modern day, but the Alexandria that we saw in the simulation was technologically capable enough of, extracting like a snapshot of Sphene in time, like her mental state, and being able to implant that into like some sort of data receptacle, right? To create the Sphene that we know now. So basically it's just Soma. This is just Soma. We're gonna have two Sphenes running around. We've got the actual body Sphene, and then we've got the Sphene that was cloned. So, or the data backup of Sphene that's just running in the background. Because that's the other thing, is like they make a point that they didn't turn off all the systems in Alexandria. That's one thing that really confused me, is that they didn't be like, yeah, no, we're turning this shit off immediately. The fact that all the machinery is still running, and the fact that Shale has a lot of data that piques her interest. Real Sphene's body would have been in the Meso Terminal in living memory. I don't know how long it would have synced up with her brain. The neo-regulators. Yeah, well, they mentioned distributing them, right? I think, yeah, so it's going to be preservation is like... Preservation's first, like, it's going to have, like, the, I don't know, 3 core tenets, right? Or, like, it'll be like they have priorities. It'll be like, keep Sphene alive, keep Alexandria alive, at any cost, right? That'll be their big 2 things. And it will be preserve her in body and preserve her in mind. That's, like... the 3 core tenets I'm thinking here. Her body would have been stored in Meso Terminal, in a state of stasis or tubularness. Yeah. So. And because the research is like putting other people's souls, so it's like an extended form of preservation, right? Is the whole putting beast souls into people, right? It's one of the options. So yeah, so we'll have existing Sphenes been like the real Sphene, body Sphene, lightning etherically disabled Sphene is ejected from Meso Terminal after system shutdown, and I'm sure that system shutdown that puts her life support in danger has most likely ejected her from the Meso Terminal in hopes that, she's in a living enough state to be able to survive, or that, assuming that if the system shut down, that the doctors and people in preservation would be there to, triage immediately and put her into another container or, resuscitate her. So, she's been spat out at the bottom of Meso Terminal. It's either that or there's some bullshit with the Dynamis in fucking Phase 2, right? Because, like, if we... I don't know if I got, like, a photo of, the background of the fucking thing. I got, like, a shitty one with my fucking character in it. So, let's see if we've got, I know, that's, like, data Dynamis bullshit, but, like... I'm thinking of, like, the backing of the arena as well. It's, like, maybe there was, like... Because that's the other thing is, like, Wook Lamar has, like, her buff, right? Where she's, like, she's channeling the power of Dynamis then and there. So, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, like, in that moment, like... the real Sphene... Because, like, that's the thing, is, like, memories of Sphene... What is it? It's, like, memories of Sphene partially restored, right? And then she has that come-to-blows moment with, like, as Sphene, right? Like, what's her lines in the trial? Fiend, normal. I just watched the fucking FFXIV, the Interforce. I don't want to watch a guide, I just want to watch the trial. Oh, I hate this, that it's all just fucking EX1 guides or EX2 guides. Okay, cringe. Cringe, I can't find what I want. Oh, here we go. Okay, unmute tab. Okay, this guy's had a fucking terrible run. Yeah. Yeah, like touching on like yeah, like there's roots that have been planted in other pieces of content, and this is like the typical 14 dev team thing. Hang on, I've got a thing here. Where is it? Okay. Alright, bring this one up, right? Let's ignore the guy's gameplay and his name being a bit weird.
Is this a rift in reality? Has she lost control of the power?
I'm sorry, we have to listen to like original dub.
Steam, listen to me.
We have to listen to the ocean dub version of Interforce. Oh yeah, if you got a video of the new one, I realized I could just like I wanted to get like the end dialogue if you have the. Four kids were Lamar, yes. Fiend, listen to me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I remember watching this one like immediately. Alright, we're watching the
She's losing control of the power.
See, okay.
There.
So funnily enough, I think this line is read worse than the other line anyway.
She's losing control of the power.
She's losing control of the power. It's like that's not a good read. But that's way better. Also, okay, here's the other fucking thought, right? Like, that shit's fucking, you talking about Genova 10k? That's fucking Genova right there. That's some motherfucking Genova bullshit if I've ever seen it. That's the fucking statue, except they've replaced the fucking, the wings on the back with the arms, right? But like, you got to think how this machine exists, right? In the physical or in the space that it's been pertained, right? If this is preservation and Sphene, like preservation's data and Sphene's memories combining in this rift to create a form, I am wholeheartedly not surprised if this is exactly like how she's contained, right? She's like in some special super suit state, or you know, some special like giga test tube that looks very similar to this, maybe not with the robotic fucking folding arms or whatever, but you know.
I understand, I do, and I know that you won't be swayed from your course. But if there's truly no other way to resolve this, then face me, not as a machine,
Also, that line hits way better now.
Lamachi.
Actually, you know what it fucking is? You know what it fucking is? She pulls out the cup. We do the Azim shit. What does that fucking cup do? Tell me what that cup does, chat. That's right, chat. It gets infused with fucking Dynamis. You know who needs Dynamis? To come back to life? To sustain the will to live? Also, like, Sphina's in fucking... Sphina's in brackets. Or Sphina's in fucking quotation marks. Also, like, the crown being shown as a fucking regulator. Right? It's like the physical, tangible, actual regulator. So we're gonna see fucking Sphene get spit out of her containment in Mesoterminal, and she's not gonna have a regulator. And that's how she's gonna convince everyone in Alexandria that she's the real Sphene. Because she'll point and she'll go, that crown is a regulator. There's a reason why they fucking showed it off at the end of the credits.
This is what I desire, and I will not fail.
Yeah. See, it's not only... The cup gives her the power to do this. But you gotta think about how much fucking Dynamis we have in the tanks. Right? And how much Dynamis the real Sphene would have as a result. Because it's not just like raw power, it is the emotional belief manifest, right? Because that's what, like, that's the whole limit break thing, is like, it's your will to live, like, superseding your limits. So... And then you see Worklamart's fucking Super Saiyan, fucking Kaioken times 10. Yeah, so... Yeah, running thought is that Real Sphene's gonna get spit out. She's gonna have all the memories of our conflict, because she does fade away at the end of the Interphos. Like, that final cutscene is her... her saying, like, goodbye. Or history. Video producer. Publish that one. But if I go to my collections and I go to Dawntrail MSQ and I go to MSQ finale, right? We go here. Okay. Let's go properties. Alright, let's take a look at some of this dialogue that she says before her thing. Right? She got the Sphene machine. Damn, I'm fucking funny.
Data for the Endless Sphene has been overwritten and reconfigured. All shall be well, henceforth and in perpetuity.
Sorry, I'm just typing it out. Okay, so I'm gonna type it as I read. Visible by preservation. Look how even current day Alexandria has the tech to hold people in tubes. Live in the field station. Because what is that? Surrounding theory is that the real sphere is not only preserved in memory, but also visible by preservation, most likely stored within Meso Terminal. Physical being, by preservation, see field stations, saying, what is it, what do we call them? Field stations, like, medical tubes. I see, they are still alive, I'm trying. What's the line from What's the line that Sphene has? I feel like I have it in my clear video. Go to channel. Go to here. And we go to like this part here. He has it in like one of these ones.
I should have said I popped them.
Is everyone?
It's in like the headbanging section. She says the line.
Ring towers.
It's like if, like, was it if? Okay. I just need to put this down. I need to put this down on like a sticky note before I post it anyway, because trying to edit in Discord's cringe. Let's figure a new one. This one. Field station still alive. Current Sphene we see is a data backup manipulated by preservations. Preservation, either an preservation to do their bidding, either. I'm just wondering if it's like a rogue system thing or whether or not it's like actually like a either rogue system or a person behind it. See Sphene's smile in the cutscene. That's far too evil. Far too evil for, you know. Pretty sus. It's famous by root system. System shut down in living memory has spit her out in So what have I got as a thing? Synchronization complete. Data for the Endless Fiend has been overridden and reconfigured. All shall be well henceforth in perpetuity.
Forever will I keep and cherish my people. To that end, I have removed the remaining checks upon my authority. Removed the remaining checks upon my authority.
That line also implies that maybe that her authority was holding something down. Maybe there's some sort of preservation code that's triggered as a result of her relinquishing control of the system.
Gods! Obstructions to the plan will be summarily removed.
Wait, I still haven't set.
Be gone from my presence.
Goodbye, Naruto.
Who's the single greatest threat?
It's almost like the other thing is that, right, there's some symbolism going on with the machinery, right? Because like you look at that, right? You tell me, right, like that this machine, this device, right, that's meant to fuse worlds, and the queen that they preserve and love above all else is being held in such a way, right, restrained, arms back, you know, like her body is on display to go, yeah, no, this is Queen's Fiend. This is what you want. This is you know, this is who you love. Right? And it's highlighted to make you look at it. That's why there's the big glowing fucking core. Like, it's to distract you from, like, the big menacing background. So this just screams fucking preservation bullshit.
I am the bearer of the memories of Queen Sphene of Alexandria, and my desire to protect my people transcends all others.
If it were you, could you have found another way? With your strength, could you have held fast to that which is dear without sacrifice?
Also, there's like the two types. I might be looking into this a bit much, but there's the two types of delivery, right? Like, here,
You have...
that's like, I am the bearer of the memories of Queen Sphene, right? That's like, that's screaming like, this is the preservation side of it running amok.
If it were you, could you have found another way?
And this is like her actually herself, but they could be quite interwoven. I don't think it's as clean cut, maybe.
Listen to me.
And I don't think, like, this is the other thing, right? Is like, she wants to tell us something. She never tells us something. So what I get the feeling is that real Sphene is within the system somewhere, right? But she's being strung along and controlled by what remains of preservation.
There's something...
There's this line, right?
Is that concern or suspicion? If things should take a turn for the worse... might turn for the worse.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! You see what that is? the cold, hard grays of the system
If things should take a turn for the
disappearing
worse,
and fading. So that the real Sphene can speak.
Might I?
Obstructions to the plan will be summarily removed.
It's so good. They did the one thing I asked. They made us use the crystal at important times. Let's fucking go! Move that out of the way. Love how we get like the pop off for like the thing, right? The other thing is it's like white aura sight integrated, right? Okay. And then what's like the end of the trial, right? You get all this data in here. Kinda wish I had taken these without a screen blur. I guess I'm just trying to understand what the point of like the backing of the arena is as well. Like, sure it's like a cool Dynamis thing, right? But
Sphene!
there's also something about just like her general, like, does she change color like when she comes out of this? Like, does she get a little brighter?
Your voice reached me, Lamachi.
Is it really you?
No, only in part. My memories as a living person are gone. I've been remade from those I had as an endless. However, my memories as a living person are gone. I've been remade from those I had as an endless. However, I cannot remain long, for the meso-terminal will soon cease to function. Once, you wanted to know me, Lamachi. Let my last act be to give an honest accounting. I am, above all, soul, unable to do aught but visit harm upon the inner sphere, one that should be created.
Our worlds each had our own.
But if there's one, it pains. I know I have no right to ask this of you, but
We'll take care of them. Don't worry. And we will never forget the endless.
Does she stop, like, Does she stop being like data shakies when
nor
she
the
gets
time we spent with you.
the physical touch?
So be free of your burdens, Sphene. And sleep well.
Or is she still violent, shaky robot?
I will. Thank you.
Okay, it stops and starts when there's like physical contact. And her returning the cup to us is like... I don't know. There's something there as well. It's like, I guess she's just gifting it to us, right? Like as a... What do we even say to her? I don't even get a dialogue selected there.
Farewell, my beloved Alexandria.
Yeah, see, this is the thing, is like, she's a Sphene at peace. Right, this is one that has like requited herself from her existence. She's moved on, right? So that's her accepting death, which her people haven't, and which the existing Sphene hasn't. So it's not, it's two different people. That's all just supporting evidence, is basically what I just wanted to get from that. Okay. So how have I put it down, right? What have I got? Running theory is now the real Sphene is was not only preserved in memory, but a physical being. Because I guess the question is, does your physical body need to not exist for you to become an endless? I don't think they've ever clarified that. Spitter up Mass Eternal. Assuming the system of stuff to triage. Triage for the body. Yeah, I guess etheric corporeal ghosts technically do exist, right? Like, you gotta think how... So, okay, so I don't think she's gonna stick around forever, because now I'm thinking... Because that's another connection, right, that gets you thinking about it. Because in the walkback section through the dungeon, Grahatia mentions about, like, what would Beck Lug think of the stuff, like the research into the soul. And what that's made me think of is that in Shadowbringers, right, is that the scions that come over to the first, like, are in etheric, like, existence. And they're burning through their lifespan, right, aren't they? Isn't that like the whole thing? So it's like, maybe she's just coming back as that. Either her real body or somehow the power, or somehow, or... She seems very fatigued when she leaves, right? We don't know the extent of her, like, her paralysis. So... Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, now I've gotten myself into a tangent of reading people's feedback. I guess I'm just trying to understand why it's only 500 people from preservation, though. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I've spit out my theory into our, oh, hang on a second. I need to do that one. Yeah. Boom. There we go. Alright, well, that's my thoughts, at least, is that, yeah, there is either a... in the new patch, yeah, in 7.2. Yeah, okay, running theory is that, either Sphne's physical body or a manifestation of her is returned, in which she's not going to have a regulator. Preservation's going to have some sort of bad guy behind it that we're not 100% certain. It could be an ASEAN. I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, what the thought process is of that. Of, like, because they only want to save 500 people now, as opposed to saving the, as opposed to saving, like, the whole of Alexandria via world ingestion. I think this is, like, a bit of an evolution of the whole, like, rejoinings live forever thing, right? Where it's about, like, humanity's transcendence into, you know, I guess they're touching on, like, the themes of, you know, the modern day and woe and concern of technology, of, like, transcending into, you know, into more than just physical corporeal beings, right? So it was 5,000 off. Oh, 5,000. Sorry, yeah. But you got to think how many people there were in Alexandria, right? And yeah, a lot of this is just telling people that they need to fucking, like, I don't know. I can see, like, you know, people were talking about how, like, this whole section is, like, budget ASEANs. But it's also about, like, it's touching on that further, right? It's, like, touching on those themes again. Because, like, that's been a big underlying thing ever since Shadowbringers is, like, you know, it's different forms of learning to live. I guess it's like the ASEANs, like, were all... I don't know, I need, like, a sounding board to bounce off of this, because I feel like I'm just spitting out, like, kind of, like, just whatever takes at this point, but... It's like... The ASEANs are all about, like... Or at least... You know, they were content living forever, and then they wanted to go back to living forever, you know? Or living into a point in which they rejoin and return. And now the other side of that coin is people being afraid of their lives being cut short and not growing old. Right? So it's all part of, like, reasoning and... Not reasoning, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, yeah, it's similar side of that coin, right? Where they're, like, not afraid of death, but, like, coming to blows with the live your life for what it's worth, right? You know, you only have one, make the most of it. Don't worry about, like, the endless possible thoughts of, you know, death being around every turn, because that's no way to live. This guy just finishing his story? I think he is. Yeah. Anyway, not to ramble too much, but I think I have my running theory is that, like, yeah, Real's Fiend has been trying to contact us this entire time. She never really got the chance to. Or, like, it's Fiend within the system, right? And then, like, Systems Fiend. Yeah. Okay, I have a pretty good running theory. Hopefully, anyone watching was able to discern my ramblings from that. I don't have anything else planned today. To be honest, it was just to get through the MSQ, because that's the last bit of major content that I needed to do. So, let's find someone host. Yippee! We're gonna go host to Mice, because he hosted me the other day, and I didn't get to say hi. So I'm gonna go say hi to him, and return the favor. But, thanks for coming out. Bye.